Welcome to Conflict News 24. Several updates for you in this news bulletin on the ongoing conflict in Eastern Congo between Congolese government and fighters group M23 March 23 movement. Firstly, M23 fighters are they could try to lay siege to Goma city. They are advancing towards Goma from the side of Kibumba and Bahumba. But from Masisi side as well, they could try to lay siege to Goma city. Secondly, North Kivu police chief was seen on front lines today. He sent a message to the people that they shouldn't be worried, that they should be calm. And thirdly, was France today spoke Emmanuel Macron about the East Congo conflict. Uhuru Kenyatta also spoke about M23 and other fighters groups that they have not kept their promises. Firstly, viewers, M23 fighters are advancing towards Goma city, capital of North Kivu province. Yesterday, we reported that M23 fighters were near Bahumba and Kibumba. Large parts of Kibumba are under M23 control. So they are around 10 to 15 kilometers away from Goma city. But they are advancing towards Goma not only from Kibumba side but also through another place which is called Kitshanga. Reportedly, they could try to move towards Masisi through Kitshanga. They are not in Kitshanga, they are at a distance from Kitshanga, but reportedly, as they have taken control of Congo, they will try to move towards Kitshanga. And from there, they could try to advance towards Masisi. Masisi is situated to the west of Goma along the main road which connects Goma with areas in western direction. Northern supply line for forces in Goma has been cut off by M23 fighters as areas along Goma, Kitshanga road are under the control of M23 fighters. If they manage to reach Masisi, it means that forces in Goma will be under a siege. They are not in Masisi, they are not in Kitshanga as well. But reportedly, they could try to move towards Kitshanga, which is at a distance from Masisi. But reportedly, they're planning to lay siege to Goma city. Secondly, also North Kivu police chief today appeared on front lines with his soldiers. His name is Christian Congolo. And there he sent a message to the people of the zone to remain calm. He said that FARDC, Congolese military, was there near Kibumba. People shouldn't be worried, they shouldn't panic. Things were under control. Things are not under control. M23 fighters are in control of most groupings of Kibumba. So it's not that Kibumba is under FARDC control. Yes, there could be some FARDC presence in some small parts of Kibumba. Mainly, M23 fighters have taken control of Kibumba and Bahumba. People are worried. They are fleeing the areas and they are fleeing towards Goma, towards areas to the north of Goma from Kibumba and Bahumba. But government says everything is under control. Though on the ground, everything is not under control. Take a listen to what Christian Congolo said about Kibumba.
Donc nos militaires sont là, vers Kibumba. Alors je rassure à la population de façon qu'elle soit calme. L'armée est en train, disons que, de travailler comme il se doit.
Vous rassurez que Kibumba est sous contrôle des
C'est
forces
sous contrôle, mais comment moi, la police, je suis là? C'est pour confirmer effectivement que la police est sur place, là où se trouve l'armée.
Secondly, was France today spoke about East Congo conflict. Emmanuel Macron said that for peace in Congo, M23 fighters should withdraw from the areas which they have taken recently. Secondly, he suggested deployment of regional forces. And thirdly, he said that political dialogue will bring solution to the problem. Congo's government is also demanding the withdrawal of M23 fighters from newly captured areas for start of dialogue. But M23 fighters see a chance in their military offensive towards Goma. That is why they're not stopping. Secondly, East Africa Community Forces deployment. It has been decided, but we are not seeing East Africa Community soldiers taking on M23 fighters on Kiwanja, Ratshoro City, Bahumba, Kibumba fronts. So, deployment in combat position is still awaited. I think 21st of November dialogue in Nairobi, Kenya is very crucial. If dialogue fails, if talks fail in Nairobi, Kenya on the 25th of November, we could see deployment of EAC in combat positions. EAC contingent is in Goma city. But we have no reliable reports confirming that EAC soldiers are fighting in Kibumba or Bahumba. Some EAC commanders were seen on Kibumba front, but it's difficult to say what is the role being played by EAC commanders because directly EAC soldiers are not involved in fighting in Kibumba, Bahumba fronts. France is calling for deployment of regional forces, East Africa Community Forces, deployment on front lines to stop M23 fighters. Secondly, it wants a start of dialogue, which will happen in Nairobi, Kenya, but M23 is not invited. Congo does not want to sit at the table with M23 fighters. It wants M23 to withdraw from newly taken areas before the start of dialogue. So, it means that dialogue without M23 fighters will not work. Secondly, Uhuru Kenyatta also accused armed factions of not honoring their promises in Congo. Indirectly, he was accusing M23 fighters that they were not honoring their commitments. Overall, international pressure is mounting on M23 fighters, East Africa Community member states, to some, if not all. They want M23 to stop the military offensive, but it's not stopping so far. Again, I'm saying that November 21st talks are very important. If talks fail, we could see deployment of East Africa Community armies to East Congo to stop M23 fighters. Can M23 fighters take on entire armies of East Africa Community countries? Or does M23 fighters believe that, does this movement believe that EAC countries will not agree on deployment of troops to fight M23? And that is why M23 is advancing, no signs of stopping of its military offensive towards Goma city. Thank you.